Hi, this is Vija Williams with the Vija Group, and I've had a lot of people ask me about this, so I wanted to show you how I manage my sales team and what that looks like. So we use the A123, B123, C123 system. And what's great about this is that you can use it no matter what CRM or lead management system you're using. For instance, we use Boomtown, and so everything I'm gonna kind of go through with you, you're gonna see we handle with tags on Boomtown. Again, if it's eEdge or any of these systems, I'm sure there's a way to use it. And honestly, even if you had Google Sheets or you even use paper, you can figure out a way to use the A123, B123, C123 program. I did not create this because there's nothing new under the sun. The amazing Dirk Zeller is how I got this. What I do with it is pretty specific to the Vija Group though. So in a nutshell, the letters indicate when your client, what their timing is. So for A's are ready to buy or sell now in the next 30 days. B's are ready to buy or sell in the next 30 to 90 days. So kind of in the season you're in. So if you're in spring, those are kind of your spring buyers or sellers. If you're in winter, a lot of the times with B's, it's, they're in a lease and maybe they're not quite ready to start looking, or their house might be on the market, you think it's gonna be a while, or they're relos maybe and they have a house hunting trip to come out and see you in 60 days. They're not quite ready yet. And then C's are our nurtures, right? And C's can be, honestly, 90 plus days. We all know they can be 2 years away. We can C's kind of everywhere. The numbers really indicate what their commitment is to you. If they have a 1, they have a signed agreement, okay? So they are for sure 100% working with you because they have a listing agreement signed with you, or they have a buyer loyalty agreement, a buyer brokerage agreement, whatever you call that, a buyer listing, some people call it. 2 is they are most likely working with you. You just don't have anything signed. Your parents, people that your best friend, they for whatever reason there's nothing signed, but they're pretty much working for you. 3 is hope is your strategy. You're hoping, and you're banking on the fact they're going to work with you. It's not 100% as certain as 2 or 1. So as an example, it's almost impossible to have a C1, if you can imagine, right? You can kind of start doing the math. So how does this work? So depending on what kind of your market, if you're in a seller's market or a buyer's market, my agents do work with buyers and sellers. So depending on what's happening in your market, we set targets for A's and B's and C's. Honestly, C's, we just want a gazillion of them. So it's really for A's and B's. Let me give you an example. Right now, we're in a pretty extreme seller's market in the Seattle area. So we need a lot of A's because our buyers aren't finding homes. So we need more A's than we needed this time last year. This time last year, we were targeting 6 to 8 A's, give or take an agent. And then we want to double it for the B's. So whatever your A's are, we double. So we would always kind of want between 12 and 15 B's, back in the day. Now we're different. Now we're at a point in the Seattle market, my agents need about 12 A's if they're going to start hitting their goals. And their goals are anywhere from 2 to 4 units a month, by the way. B's means we really want 25-ish B's if we can have 20, 25 plus B's. And so what we do is we constantly are trying to build up. So the best way to get a B is from a C. The best way to get an A is from a B. We build our business based on nurtures. Tim Heil said that, and it just really stuck with me. This is a business built on C's, and the best way to a B and the best way to an A is to cultivate them. Now, with that said, if you're a team leader, a rainmaker, a mega agent, and you've got a sales force, now you've got a whole bunch of agents relying on you, what's been really helpful for me is teaching them what lead gen activity works for each letter. Let me give you an example. What we have found on the Vija Group is actually open houses, B's. Do you get A's in open houses? You bet. And yet, for the most part, our B's, by the time they're A's in Seattle, they have an agent. They're the ones coming to the open house with their agent, right? Sometimes they'll get C's, by the way. Does this mean, though, that, if you do enough open houses, are you going to get some A's? Sure you are. For the most part, this is how they get their B's. And why is that important? Because when we have a sales force and they sometimes get discouraged, but you can look at their numbers every week in your coaching sessions and you can go, look, you've got 24 Bs, and yeah, you may only have 1 or 2 As right now, but you can keep coaching them through the pipeline. If they keep cultivating those 24 Bs that they have, they've been going to open houses, they don't feel like anything's really popping, I can guarantee you it's going to explode. So this is a great way to coach your agents. And again, what we do on Boomtown, to get specific on Boomtown, is we have universal tags, and then every week when I have their coaching with them, I click A1, A2, A3. I go, okay, you've got 13 A's looking good. And then I click B1, B2, B3, and I could be like, well, you have 13 A's and you have 4 B's. So my coaching is gonna be, look, your A's are solid, they're there, they're waiting for houses, they're waiting to list. Now we need to really work on your B's right now. Same thing goes, sometimes I'll have agents that have 20 B's and 1 or 2 A's. I'm actually more excited about that, to be honest. But I know that I'm gonna have to kind of coach them through continuing to develop the B's. And I will say, I know this is controversial, not everybody does Zillow. Where Zillow comes in, Zillow delivers amazing A's. So if you have agents that are really working the system and really doing well, that's when you want to start feeding them some Zillow leads. So as a team leader, I'm really clear on what lead gen activity delivers, what type of a lead, and that's how I manage and coach my team. So thank you very much.